hopefully today the fucking thing. Okay.
Yeah, it's not enough. It's not enough. It's not okay. No.
Okay, perfect.
Maybe a little bit.
Day 3,
Yeah, so fat.
Yeah, I'm.
and we overnighted last night in a charming homestay
If this guy goes, then everything.
about 80 kilometres up the highway from
Here.
Shimla. Originally this morning we were going to leave at 7 a.m. as we have a long day in front of us today because we need to get our inner line permits which allow us as foreign nationals to go into the Spiti Valley. But last night around about 9:30 word came through that there's been a massive landslide about 40 kilometres up the highway and no one can get through. So there are people that have been there since 9 o'clock last night and we're told that it's still not cleared and it's unlikely to be cleared in a short period of time. They don't work at night clearing the roads for obvious reasons from landslides, so they would have started at first light this morning or started to assess it and then worked out what they're going to do, and first light's around about 6:30. So we decided this morning that we'd delay taking off until 9 o'clock in the hope that by the time we get up to where the landslide is, a significant amount of work's been done on it and it's either cleared or it's close to being cleared. In the end it didn't turn out like that and it's going to take until around about 4:30 this afternoon to have the landslide cleared. But this morning we don't know that, we're heading out. Once you go off the normal, in inverted commas, tourist route, you tend to be a curiosity and open or welcome with open arms into the communities. And this is no different. The kids are quite reserved at first, but once they work out that you're not going to bite them or throw them on the back of the bike and take them off to some child slavery sweatshop, then they're very happy to see you and very friendly. As you can see, there's quite a bit of rain occurred overnight, and because we're on the windward side of the mountain ranges when the southwest monsoon comes through, all the moist air from coming across from Bangladesh and the rest of India to the east hits the mountains and gets dropped here. So right through this region it's usually quite wet a lot of the time. You would call this road a third class provincial road, and as you can see it's fine. It's not very wide, but it's sealed and presents no issues at all when you're riding. every morning right about this time, when you're probably 5 minutes out from the hotel, you start to go through a checklist in your brain of, have I left anything behind? Phone, passport, all the usual stuff that gets left behind from time to time. And after you've been doing it for a while, you tend to get a routine as to how you check your room when you go anyway. So it's fairly rare that you leave anything behind, but it does happen from time to time. This is yet another military installation. There's a lot of them in northern India. It's also combined with the police. And they do that quite often. They'll have a military base and a police compound next to each other. And obviously they interact because they're the first port of call if there's a national emergency as well, and they coordinate a lot. The police in Himachal Pradesh and up in the Spiti Valley are fantastic. Very helpful, very professional. No hint of impropriety or the seeking of funds that may occur elsewhere in India. They're there to do a job, but they, especially when they're dealing with us, on the odd occasion they need to, are always very welcoming and professional and fair, and a mine of information about what's up ahead. You can see the difference that even 2 hours makes in terms of the amount of traffic that's on the road. If we'd left at 7 in the morning, realistically probably we wouldn't have seen any of these cars and trucks and buses. It's too early for them. So once again, I know I sound like a broken record. In India, if you can get up and go early, you will avoid a lot of traffic. And there they go. In every country that we ride in, and it probably occurs in our home countries as well, it becomes a national sport amongst young men under 30 that they have to overtake the foreigner. Even if it's not practical or one of the guys has dropped something off their bike, so these guys have nicely stopped me to hand it to me, and I'll get it to them later on when we stop. Yeah, so back to the national pastime of young men, which is let's go fast and overtake someone even if they're already going fast and they're on a two-wheel vehicle that can go places we can't. You just have to be a bit conscious and aware of it, because yes, they'll just overtake you for the sake of it sometimes. And 8 times out of 10, 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes up the road, you'll be overtaking them again because they're stuck in some kind of traffic. So it's water off a duck's back. It's going to be a beautiful day. You can see the skies clearing. You may be able to see it right in the distance. There's a bit of snow right on the top of one of those peaks. So, you know, we're getting some height. It's just fantastic. Just absolutely great part of the world to be riding and exploring and alive in. It's fantastic.